Now, the general registration exercise for the new voter IDs commenced on June 30th and is expected to go on all the way to August 6th. Now, as part of efforts to accommodate the vulnerable, the aged, as well as the sick in our society, the AC essentially mentioned that when these persons come to the general registration centers, they will make provisions for them. But they will also go a step further by designating special centers, that is, the district offices of the EC across the country, so that such persons can walk in and register in a comfortable manner. But in today's edition of the Citi Newsroom, we are going across some of the district offices to really find out how that special registration exercise, is unfolding. Is it as comfortable as the EC, anticipate? Are they observing social distancing rules? In the background, you can tell they aren't. What about other health protocols to ensure that our vulnerable, our sick, our pregnant women, breastfeeding mothers, as well as the aged above 60 are taken care of in these times of COVID-19? So in your shot now is what you can describe as some level of confusion. The health official essentially advising some of the women to grab seats, but they feel like they prefer standing because if they move, they will not they'll essentially lose their place in the queue. A lot of people are angry, a lot of people are concerned. Some people feel that they've been cheated out of their spots in the line. And really, this certainly is troubling, because we do say that these are the persons with the most underlying conditions like hypertension, diabetes and the like, so they need to be handled with care. A lot of anger, a lot of shouting, a lot of arguing happening right here on the very first day of the start of the special registration exercise for the aged, the vulnerable in our society. Now, I have here with me what I should say a concerned health expert to talk to me about, how worrying this situation is for someone like you. Seeing all these persons who have diabetes, hypertension and the likes cramped up together just to take part in the voter registration exercise.
Yeah, I think it's not easy controlling them here, because we have some who are hypertensive, some who are diabetic, and I'm sure most of them have not even eaten since morning, and they are still sitting here. Controlling them is a problem. I think it's because we have this huge number here. But I think for the subsequent days that we'll be having this registration, I think we can have a number that we can see per day so that we avoid all these overcrowding here.
But we've done the general registration exercise for 3 days now. Don't you think that we could have picked lessons from that, such that we would have avoided, this from happening?
Yeah, I think so, but I still don't understand the whole thing, because it looks like you are controlling them, and it's not easy. It's not easy, yes. And I think the place is too small for them too. So the social distancing, we are not observing it here at all.
In over registration exercise, I feel
enjoy more no fear, no, you're very poor. Ejaka wadra na ka hela iwona afe ni no asana fair arrangement can be no about she canopy. Ato say call ba obata shi number 1, number 2. She no aba aka sentemba. Na aka sentemba. Na aka mamoshi me ni jane ka gba fe batra no wo no ela mi wado moshi. Nimba ne papa ne san ya do moya bia. Inka yata koko fi o manu maba be ni ba e ba bia. Nimba ngone la social distance, very poor. Esa ni ka nupa ko babia aye 2 hours ya bia. Ni e una ngma me ni ngma ni amengma very slow. Angma ni oyo yai. O here card no ba kwa no kwa fe. Information ni be card no bile. She angma ni njo. Atete wolo mi njo wole. Kan ko me won fe. She was e ko Sunday. Kwa aje shika lo no ko no hanim babia. Shika kami fe manyama fe ni vote police momi soja momi anye nseka banshake iya vote kaja lebi ni boba fe stranded ni oni na minisani na chile wotomo chinsi koe chinsi make chinsi koni ngba na enye gota aka wongu washi ya bie
ine metama ba
o mbatomo sister tm ni kababie mbabi mi wa kashi na mo ba garanta ke NDC ya bie kukuru ebe o eminini nsumo ni ka mama fe card ya ko commercial bank ni mba fe ebe sha ko 2 months aja ke no elade ni card election ni da gbe yo aja ke mi bank nke tu won
okay open a boy card no wa fe ko no onyo ke aba
tu nke ba bo tu bo tu mo ke bank e won ba
o ya line mi
la ni ba mba nani na yen cho nanu yen cho ni ba ta se nfa ko nani lole poni ma yi se mi wa o nya ko ma de la ka mi aka yo ba no aba fe awo no aba
bien ke o bela mi ntu an se be ni amekwa mbo
e fe loko ma asia
wa lo
Kemba wa mbeje police mommy.
Now, for a lot of the people here, they really do not know what to do. Should they stay? Should they leave? Some of them have taken a decision to actually leave because they don't think that will be attended to. One of them is my grandmother, who's right next to me. Ima, okay, me no yalo maba.
Shuken kami yasiani wo ni baba, koni wo maba akeni de base no.
No fana maba.
Ke ha?
Maba ome like.
Mo yemi. Mi ton ya ye ni yesian. Ke ile be ni ba pa. Ke nkwani ine ko ho be. Wo fe Ghana biji wo. Ghana ma biji wo. Wo smo wo mo jogba. Eji ma ko ni wo ni me boy mo de han wo. Agbene wo ye wo he. Nuwo na he mi se. Shidake ije mo aha me fe ni tun he ni. Shidake ije mo aha me fe ni tun he ni. Awo menye tiasi ata menye fatahe gbeken bi nye siano ni wo ma ye kuni
Ma oyo adon
wo smo ni wo fatahe kunu wo ma ya no ni wo ye kuni no e wo
asana mewa nupa ya wa
okay
asana nupa ya wa
ja
so in your shot is one of the old ladies who essentially came in on time. She sat down, but she wasn't part of the queue, and she's just decided to give up. She's going home, and like she said, if she leaves, the police really cannot catch her. So she's decided to take her leave, and she's going home. You know, it's been supported by, a walking stick, and like many, they believe that, hey, they've done their part, they've tried their very best to be a part of this process, but it appears that systems have not been put in place to help them register.
Don't do that. We have finished everything that we have. If you have a problem, tell your agent to pick.
We are all saying you, don't do that.
Me, I don't stay there.
Don't do that. Now you are not saying that the gutter. Now you remove from the gutter place. In the morning.
Talking about this. Yeah, we have started again.
Right, so we're currently at the Star Avenue Registration Center right here at the central Yawaso area, specifically the Yawaso Central constituency. And as you saw there, a little bit of some disagreement. What's the problem?
The whole problem is that they are students and they are in the hostel at ATTC. And there are 4 police stations in the school. So they should wait when the police stations are, when the AC move to the school, and they should register at the school. But they are all moving here when they are not residents here. That's all. The whole problem, that is what is creating the whole problem. It's not any issue at all. So we are advising them to go back to the school. When the Electoral Commission moves there, they should get registered there. That's all.
Now, what I'm seeing now is, it looks like someone wants to dictate where someone have to register, and it's never done. If you are 18 years of age or above, you have the right to choose where you want to register. So far as is the constituency is one constituency, that's Yawaso Central. Everyone needs to choose wherever he wants. This one is not NDC MPP matter. The students, none of them have even told us they belong to this party or there. So we have to allow the students to register.
Okay, so it appears that there's some bit of confusion here. The people here are saying that some are saying the ATT students should stay, on campus when the centers are established, then they can register. Some also say they have the liberty to register wherever they want within the constituency. We're going to try and go inside and speak to the head of office to find out, the head of the EC, mission here to find out how they're going to handle this particular situation.
Yeah, my name is Ebenezer Obin Boating. I am the RO for the Star Avenue School too.
And now for starters, before we even talk about the situation outside, some people are saying that there are some students from ATTC who are coming to register here. Some people are saying that the students should have relaxed, wait for registration centers to be brought to the school for them to register. How do you resolve that? What is the proper protocol? Should they be allowed to register or should they wait?
The law says that you cannot prevent anybody from registering. If you have any issue with any person, the person will just go through the process, but the card will not be given to the person. So you have to wait, and if you have any comment or any issue, we give you a challenge form. So you fill the challenge form, then you follow up. So you'll be called to defend yourself. Okay. So nobody should question anybody, or nobody should prevent anybody from registering. And
there are two centers here, and you can tell that they're really, some level of social distancing not being observed, but not so much. What efforts are you putting in place to ensure that people observe the health protocols as well as the social distancing protocol? Yeah, so we are working hand in hand with the security personnel, because since there's a road here and you can't leave the people on the road, and this place is not all that big. So we are arranging with the police people so that you maintain the social distancing. So we are working around the corner to make things. Now, so we are working around the clock to make things happen so that we observe the social distancing. We are working with the police person. Now, the Electoral Commission also mentioned that they will provide you with some paints, some cheat system to help with the social distancing protocol. Have you received such materials, and what strategies are you using to make sure that people are served on time and in order? Okay, for the cheat system we have it. But we do it at the end of the day. Those who are in the queue, we give them, the machine itself will generate a cheat. Then we give it to those in the queue for them to come the following day. So that is what we have adopted here. You're still watching the Citi Newsroom. We're currently at the Assemblies of God cluster of registration centers. Now, outside you would observe a long queue with a lot of individuals, clustered together, trying to get into the center to register to get their voter ID cards. Now, the worrying thing is that there is no social distancing, as has been observed at a lot of centers. However, when you enter the area where the registration happens properly, there are some protocols, some social distancing protocols have been observed. All persons are wearing their face mask, not a single person without a face mask. And I'm here to speak to one of the leads or the EC officials to find out how the exercise has been, issues of social distancing, how are they dealing with it. Hello and welcome to the Citi News.
Thank you.
So, how has the process been so far here?
Okay, so far so good. The people turn out very early. They come here very early, and then when we come, the first thing we do is to educate them as to the requirements that we will need. So that being the Ghana card, the passport, and then if you have guarantors, you need 2 guarantors. So basically, that's what we tell them before they enter, and then we manage the queue. As you can see, they are distant in a way, right? So far so good. Things are flowing.
Since you started registering today, how many? What are the numbers like? It's almost 1. And you commenced around what time? When did you start?
Exactly 7. So it's about 1. So far, my center we've registered 90 for today. So we are improving. I'm sure by the time it's 6, we'll do more than. Yesterday we did 150. Yeah, and then the first day we did 91.
But then the commission mentioned that they were going to provide some paints. They're going to introduce a cheat system. Is it that you don't need such a system here? And have you been provided with such paints?
What I would say is that you look at the centers and then you know what to do about it. Some centers need it more than us. We've been called, now they're on their way coming. So I'm sure by the end of the day we will have it. So that's what I can say about that.